All right, guys, just quickly taking a look here at a question that I got in the analyst chat from a subscriber that went through a little bit of a rough patch in terms of trading. What the subscriber said is that they basically fell into those classic traps that all of us fall into as traders, right? FOMO, revenge trading. They over traded a bit, they over risked, all the mistakes in the book, and ended up losing about 5% of capital. And they say that they feel so embarrassed right now. What I wanted to say about this is I just wanted to share the advice that I gave them with you guys as well. Firstly, I can totally relate to this, right? I've had many times when it's some in some cases it's not even the loss of capital that gets to you. It's the embarrassment of knowing what you did wrong, knowing that you shouldn't have overtraded, you shouldn't have revenge traded, but you did it anyway and you lost money. And it's not the loss of capital that hurts as much as the your loss of conviction, right? That embarrassment actually carries a lot further than just the loss of capital. Now, the first thing that I say to the subscriber, and if you're going through the same thing, that's why I wanted to share this video, because I think it's important. Firstly, know that what you're going through, if you're going through stuff like this, is totally normal, right? There's been millions and millions of traders that's gone through the exact same thing, and when you're going through it, it's never nice to go through stuff like this. But we need to go through these types of things to develop ourselves and refine ourselves as better traders, right? There's a wise saying that it's like metal uh, shapes metal. In terms of if you want to make something beautiful out of something metal, there's a lot of grinding that goes into it. There's a lot of sanding that goes into it. There's a lot of hurt, so to speak, for the piece of metal that goes into forming something beautiful. But you need to go through that pain sometimes. You need to go through those disappointments to shape yourself as a better trader. The second thing, and this is really important, is that whenever you go through those big disappointments, even though you shouldn't dwell on them and let them change the way that impact your trading forever, it is at least it's been in my experience, it's been helpful to remember those times when I've done such silly trades, really such stupid mistakes. That pain, that frustration, that embarrassment that I felt, that helped me not make the same mistakes again. So you shouldn't continuously dwell on those issues. Oh, I made a mistake, I made a mistake, I made a mistake. But you don't dwell on the mistake you made, but remember the feeling that you felt at that time, because that has in many times helped me not make the same mistake, by basically telling myself, how you felt 3 years ago when you made this mistake. Don't make that same mistake. Don't fall in the same trap. So that is something also to keep in mind. Don't dwell on it, but internalize that feeling in a way that you can revert back to it, telling yourself, hey, I don't want to feel like that ever in my life again. And that'll help you potentially move away from those types of mistakes. The third thing that I told the describer as well is just to relax. These types of things, they're going to happen. You're going to have bad trading days. You're going to have bad trading weeks. You're going to have bad trading months. I mean, thankfully these days, it doesn't happen to me often that I get a month bad streak in terms of trades. But it has happened to me before. There are times when things just don't go your way. And when that happens, just stay calm. Identify the mistakes that you made. And once you've made that mistake, and once you've acknowledged that you've made that mistake, just move on from recoup your thoughts, take some time maybe away from the screens, make sure that you're not, that you don't get emotional about it. And if you are emotional, don't get back in the driving seat, right? If you know that you feel bad and you feel emotional and you want to just, if those feelings of revenge start creeping up, then you shouldn't be trading, because you're just going to make the same mistakes. Remember, we are creatures of habit, and we have certain habitual things that we do, certain emotions that always creep up. And when those things get hold of you, it doesn't matter how a good of a trader you are, it can get the better of you. So make sure that you are completely ready, that you're focused, that you're that you're relaxed when you get back to the screen, and that you've put the loss behind you, right? If you had a big loss of 5% or something similar, make sure that you have accepted that loss before you get back to the screen. Because the worst thing that you can do is have the mentality of, if I can just make back that 5%, I just have to make back that money. If I can just make back, that loss that I had. Once you get into that mindset, you're going to take silly trades. You're going to do the wrong things at the wrong time. I've been through all of that, guys. Take my word for it. Take the time to relax. Even if the price moves, wait for the markets, or wait for your emotions to stabilize before you get back into the markets. The fourth thing is, the last thing that you want to do, even if you feel ready to trade, is trade with your normal size. Maybe just drop down your risk, even if that means maybe going down to a couple of mini lots, or maybe even a mini lot. Maybe, you know what, even if it takes trading a micro lot, go down to as low as you can, drop your risk right down, and first get back into the game. Develop, get back into the joy of trading first before you start risking more money again. Make sure that when you get back to the screen, once your emotions are sorted out, take smaller risk trades and just build up your confidence again in trading. Because the worst thing that you can do is get back to your desk. Now you've calmed your emotions, you put on the same amount of risk that you normally do, and now you have another losing trade. And then maybe you get another losing trade after that. It's a spiral that's going to get you into a bad place, a bad spot. And again, I'm talking out of complete experience here. It's not that I'm reading this out of a book somewhere. I've went through all of these same frustrations and pains, etc., in my trading. I know what I'm talking about. Just take it easy, relax, make sure that when you get back to the screen, you feel calm, drop your risk if you have to, get back into the swing of things. Your emotions, even though all of us would like to think that we are, like Top Gun's Iceman, we just, are completely cool in every situation. And we just not, right? We're not as calm as we think we are. So just make sure that if you're in this spot, make sure that you do the right thing. Just stay calm, and get back to the screen when you are ready to do so. As always, though, don't hesitate to let us know.